Hello and welcome to 10 with Ty. Today I've got Miriam Sandkuhler. She owns an award-winning buyer's agency called Property Mavens. She's got 30 years experience under her belt and she's written an award-winning book called Property Prosperity, 7 Steps to Investing Like an Expert. Welcome to 10 with Ty, Miriam.
Thanks, Ty. It's lovely to be here.
Now, I read your book and I really enjoyed it.
Great.
I particularly like this chapter about marketing puffery. I'm going to read an excerpt from it. In short, beware of the following types of statements which are designed to play to buyers' emotions. So this is what you should look out for. When you see ads that say, pay wholesale, not retail prices for property. Access property wholesale before the general public. Secret strategies to know where to make a fortune in property and keep it. The fastest growing region in the state. Get paid to invest in property. Now, Miriam, you're pretty passionate about property. What made you so passionate about warning people about the pitfalls of property investment?
Yeah, look, I grew up in an immigrant family. My parents weren't overly educated from an investment point of view. They'd made some bad investments and been conned themselves, I remember as a young girl growing up. So when it started for me to look to buy real estate, and I started quite young, I was 24 at the time, I didn't know anything about it. I mistakenly trusted my friend, the selling agent.
Right.
Consequently, didn't necessarily help me with my first property. And whilst I did negotiate on that, I didn't know enough to know that that wasn't the best investment because I was buying an apartment in St Kilda and the same money at the time would have gotten me a house in Port Melbourne. So I didn't understand the distinction between land value, land size and so forth. But then I consequently did invest incredibly well after that. And when I separated with my partner, who was an accountant, he should have said, keep it, it's a good asset. He didn't do that. My buddy, the selling agent, was more than happy to put me into another property, which meant he got me to sell a really strong asset and buy an apartment instead. And it was just over the years I ended up working in the financial planning sector. I became accredited in that field. And I ultimately learned a lot more about property. I started working with a very successful buyer advocacy firm in WA and really got to see and understand the fundamentals around property investing. And prior to that, I'd worked in real estate selling what we call managed investment scheme property. And I got to see how that type of asset didn't perform compared to, say, residential property. So it was just a whole series of no one mentoring me, no one protecting me, no one helping with the education. I naively at a young age said, well, I've got one property now. I won't get another one until I've got a partner. I'll just wait to do it with someone else, which was stupid because that just delayed my opportunity to invest for a very long time by the time I got married. And yeah, just people really needing someone with integrity to guide them to make smart decisions rather than them being naive or them making emotional decisions, which is highly dangerous.
And so when did you become a buyer's agent to start Property Mavens?
Yeah, look, the business has been going for over 11 years and we know that we've had a few cycles that we've ridden in that time frame. So just after the global financial crisis is when I began the business and when I wrote the book. And then obviously we've had COVID and all sorts of things happening in between, black swan events, market cycles, interest rate interference with the government. So it's been an interesting journey. I think one of the things if you're going to work with an advocate, you want to work with someone who's experienced. They haven't just had 2 years real estate experience, but they've worked through cycles and they understand the implications and the effect of those.